July is only a few days away, so it's time for a new budget. Here's our budget for July 2023. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer, a financial coach with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips for you and your family. The way I usually budget is a few days before the month starts, I will plan our budget for the month. My husband okays it. Then we shop like normal throughout the month. At the end of the month, I go through, double check all the transactions to see exactly how much we spent in each category. Normally, I do like 95% of our shopping, but it is summertime. My husband is off since he is a teacher. We are doing a ton of house projects, so we have like double and triple the normal transactions. So I am going to check and update our budget more regularly. So if you're interested in that, I can share videos on weekly or bi-weekly updates of our budget, showing you how I transact them in the comments down below. Let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I'll just stick with my video at the end of the month. But let me go ahead and open up the spreadsheet. You can get it. There's a link in the description box down below. If you use the code YouTube, you can get 15% off of the spreadsheet. Our income is fixed. My husband is on salary, so he gets $4,960 per month. We can count on that. He is a teacher, and in the past, the way they have gotten paid for summers is they get, at the beginning of the summer, they get a big chunk to cover the entire summer. So I move it into a online savings account, and I have to kind of ration it throughout the summer. I did not know this, but they voted and decided to just do monthly payments throughout the year, which makes a lot more sense to me. But we can count on this for the month. Also, my husband mentioned he did do some training and development. So he should get a little bit extra, but he doesn't know what paycheck that will appear on. So I'm just budgeting like normal. If that comes up, then we get to decide where we put it. My business does make money through financial coaching as well as YouTube ads and some Etsy sales, but I don't plan on making anything. We budget off of my husband's income, that anything I make from my business, we will use to go towards our mortgage. We'll throw it at our mortgage to pay it off early. Also, interest. We have a lot of money in online savings accounts. I like it for our emergency fund, as well as anything we're going to use in the next couple of years. And we have a bunch of big house projects, so we have a lot in online savings right now. And it used to not really matter. Interest rates were so low. Now they're between 4 and 5% in all of my online savings accounts. If you're interested in one, I'll have a video at the end showing you my favorite online savings accounts. But we know we will earn interest, but I don't plan on it. I don't budget for it. And then when we do get paid, I put it either towards our vacation, something fun, or towards our mortgage or travel, something, but we don't plan on it for our regular budget. So our total income will be just under $5,000 for the month. Now, moving on to our expenses, I like to keep our fixed expenses first because those are the most important, have to pay bills, and most of them stay the same month to month. There's not a lot of change. Tithing, we pay 10% on our gross income. So obviously if we make more, my business makes a ton, we'll pay more. But as a base, we generally pay about $825 a month. Our mortgage is fixed at $1332 for the month. Our electricity at $20. I probably could lower this. I can't remember the base charge. We have solar panels, so it's I think $10 or $12 a month. But over winter, we had to pay some. So I've lowered it to $20. I probably could lower it more, but we'll just keep it there to be safe. Natural gas went way, way up. Where we live, they let us do an average payment. So we pay the exact same every month, and then they'll readjust it. Then we pay the same every month until they readjust it. At first, we were paying $70-something a month. They readjusted it, then it went up to $80-something a month. Now they just readjusted it and it went up to $142, which is insane. It's almost double what we started. It is double what we started at. I went and looked at our bills. Our usage has not really gone up. It's just the price of natural gas has gone up, and it's just now caught up to us because we were on an average payment plan. So I can plan on $142 every single month. We are trying to cut back and be more conscientious, but we don't use a lot of natural gas in the summer. It's mostly in the winter. So we're trying, but there's not a whole lot we can do to control that. Our water and sewer normally is a lot higher than this in the summer, but for the winter, they couldn't read our meter, so they just charged us this amount all winter long. So we had kind of overpaid on our bill. So normally we'd be spending like $200 a month because we have a large lawn with lots of sprinklers, and then we live in a dry Utah. We're trying to implement and plant things that take less water, use a drip system, but we still have a lot of sprinklers. Life insurance, I get lots of questions about life insurance. This is for my term policy. It is, I can't remember if it's 15 or 20 year term. Just got it a year or two ago. for $250,000. I am 38, so I was like 36 when we got the policy. I'm extremely healthy, never smoked, drank, any of that stuff. So it's $1110 a month. Car insurance, ours has gone up. We have 3 vehicles. We don't have any teenagers that can drive yet, so it's just my husband and I on it. Our phone bill is $30. This is for mine and my husband's phone. Our oldest daughter just had a birthday. She just turned 14 and we gave her a phone. And we were going to add her to our plan, but it was $35 a month to add her to that plan. We also did a lot of research. We looked at like a Gab type phone or Bark. There are lots of options out there. What we ended up doing is we did get her an iPhone because we have iPhones, but we added her to Mint Mobile. We're testing it out, but we paid for 3 months upfront. So it's $15 a month, but we paid for it upfront. So for the next 3 months, her phone is already paid for. And then we will figure out if that's what we want to stay with or if we want to go somewhere else. So for right now, it's just my husband and I, and we're at $30 a month. Our internet is $62 a month. That is fixed. I do need to research and shop for other internet providers. Ours just keeps going up and it's not very good coverage. So I should do that. Gas for our cars. Normally in the summer, we spend a lot on gas, but this July, we're not going anywhere. We don't have any big plans. We're mostly working on house projects, so I'm not raising it at all. Piano and preschool, we're not spending anything on, but in the fall, we will be paying for both of those. So I just left them on our spreadsheet so I don't forget to include them come fall. So total fixed bills, $2,860, which is 57% of our income. Now moving on to the variable expenses, I have a lot more control over these. Groceries, I've got it at $680.78 because I want it to be zero base, so I rounded up. Now we've spent between $600 and $700 on groceries for several years. This includes our groceries and our consumables like cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, that kind of stuff. It used to be that this amount covered all of our groceries, but then extra. So it's kind of like our miscellaneous. If we ever had any random expense, I would pull it out of our grocery budget because we had a big cushion. We had more in our budget than we really used. Now we are using that amount in our budget for groceries. So I've had to add a few extra categories. So we've got our eating out still at $25. We've added a miscellaneous. Like I said, it used to just come out of our groceries because we had lots of room in our grocery budget. Now that we're using that, we created a $25 miscellaneous category. We also added an entertainment category. For years and years, we could not afford anything. So any entertainment we did was free or very, very cheap. But now we have a little bit more income. Our kids are older. We've included that category. Our kids' money, we do pay our kids. They have some jobs they just have to do as being part of our family, but then they have charts and if they do everything and mark off their charts, they can earn money. Our oldest 2 earn more money and they have to pay for most of their own clothing. That being said, this month, our oldest 2 are at camp for church for almost a week. And then our oldest one is gone a second week for another camp. So they won't be earning that much. If they all did all of their jobs, it'd be like $70 or $75 a month. But I put $50 in there because they won't be able to earn it all this month. My personal fund money, $25 for the month. And then babysitter, $25. Total variable expenses, 17.25%. We do not have any debt other than our mortgage. So I'm going to skip ahead to our savings or our sinking funds. I like to keep things as simple as possible. So I use an online savings account. And I like to have everything automatically transferred as much as possible so I don't have to do much. But then when we need the money, we've got it in our account, we can pull it out. Our emergency fund is fully funded, so I'm not adding anything to that. My husband has his own online checking account for his personal money. And also we give him $25 for his personal, $25 for his bike maintenance because he has a motor on his bike and he bikes a ton for work and just for fun. So that's where almost all of his money goes to. So that automatically gets transferred every month to his account. So whenever he goes to buy something for his bike or something for himself, he just uses that debit card. Life insurance. This is my husband's term policy. We pay it once a year because we get a discount for paying it annually, but it works out to be $69 each month. My husband is 46 years old. I need to double check. I can't remember if it was 15 or 20-year term policy for $1 million. When we got the policy, was 44 or 45. He is in extremely good health, never smoked, never drank. So that's just to give you a baseline if you're trying to figure out how much you think your insurance should be. House maintenance, there's just always stuff. The bigger the house, the bigger the yard, the older it is, the more stuff that comes up. So we try to put some every month. We've used a lot lately, but I have 75 going in for this month. Vacation, 250. If you've heard our story, we were supposed to be in Ecuador with our family. We lost, our passports didn't arrive in time. So we lost all of the money. We spent $4,000 on flights. So we are volunteering there. They let us transfer the dates. We were able to cancel almost everything we had reserved, but we still will have to buy airline tickets again. And that's a huge chunk of change for 7 people. My husband and I are also going to South Africa to visit my parents. So we're putting a good chunk into vacation every month when possible. House updates. Essentially right now, our next update we're working on is our garage. We've started, but it's the bottom of the list of priorities. So we are not adding anything to it this month. And extra mortgage payment. Like I said, everything I make for my business, we will add towards our mortgage. Clothing, we tend to spend our clothing kind of seasonally. We buy a bunch at back to school and then sometimes winter stuff and then in spring, summer. So I like to put some money aside every month so that when we go spend those purchases, it doesn't blow our budget for the month. And gifts, this is mostly like teacher gifts or wedding gifts, things like that. We don't spend a lot of money on our kids' birthday gifts, but if we need to, we have money in the account that we can buy. For medical, we do have a flex spending account. We have used all of the money in our account thanks to me and my teeth pretty much. So we've used everything we had set aside, and that wasn't enough. So we're setting aside some so I can be able to pay in cash for my crown. I had an implant, now I'm going to have a crown next. That's coming up soon. We should have enough cash to pay for that. Also, our oldest is getting braces, and we know it's just a matter of time until all of our other kids are going to need them. Our insurance does not cover anything for that. So we are setting aside some every month so that when it's time to pay for them, we can pay cash, get the discount, and have the money set aside there. Car expenses, this is just for regular wear and tear on our vehicles. We are getting new tires on our van for winter in a few months. We'll have enough in the account for that. Christmas, we had our Christmas fully funded, so I haven't been anything into it. However, we pulled that money out to pay for a gym membership for the year. And so we have nothing in our Christmas fund right now. So in the next month or two, I'll do a spending freeze. And then I will have to start adding money monthly into our Christmas fund. Kids extracurricular, I put $125 in. This is for, our oldest is starting high school, and high school sports are kind of pricey. We have a couple kids that want to do club sports. It just adds up, and it's not like monthly expenses. And also there's almost always a discount for paying up front. So we just put some every month into it. Roth IRA, my husband has some money put into his Roth IRA from his paycheck, but this is in my name. So you can see for savings, a total of $1,244, which is 25% of our income. But also before my husband even gets paid, we put his money for his Roth IRA. So our goal is 20% towards savings. We're doing more than that, so that's awesome. If you want to see my favorite online savings accounts, check out that video right up there. Otherwise, I will update you with our end of the month budget report. And if you're interested, I will do weekly or bi-weekly updates just to let you know how I'm tracking and how we're doing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.